Hey to everyone, I'm Ma'am Jovi. In this video, I am going to demonstrate the process of displaying or retrieving data from the database. Types of statements in JDBC. The first one is create statement. From the connection interface, you can create the object for this interface. So this is generally used for general purpose to access databases and is useful while using static SQL statements at runtime. So what you need to know about create statement is it creates access to the database. Okay, so here is an example or a syntax of a create statement. So you have the class statement, and this one is your reference to the statement, then connection that creates statement. Next one is preferred statement. A preferred statement represents a recompiled SQL statement that can be executed many times. This accepts parameterized SQL queries. In this, the question mark is used instead of the parameter. One can pass the parameter dynamically by using the methods of preferred statement at runtime. So considering the people database, if there is a need to insert some values, SQL statements such as name or all the field names that is there and you want to insert something, you will be using this. Okay, so this is an example on how you are going to insert uh, data into a database. Okay, we will be using preferred statement. It is where here, guys, when we insert, when we create, when we update, and we delete dito. So dito siya, preferred statement. And lastly, we have the callable statement. So callable statements are stored procedures, which are a group of statements that we compile in the database for some tasks. They are beneficial when we are dealing with multiple tables, with complex scenario, rather than sending multiple queries to the database. We can send the required data to the stored procedure and lower the logic executed in the database server itself. The callable statement interface provided by JDBC API helps in executing stored procedures. So here is an example on how we are going to use the callable statement. Take a look. What is the function of MySQL statement? The select statement is used to select data from a database, and the data returned is stored in a result table called result set. Okay, let's take a look at this. So select column 1, column 2, from table name. So meaning to say column 1, column 2, and the three dots refers to the field names of the table from the database. And then from the table name. So select column 1, column 2. Of course, we need to replace those columns with the actual field names that is used in the database. And then from table name. This one, select asterisk from table name, meaning to say all. So the difference of this is you're selecting all the columns or the field names in the database. Not just like this one, if you want to specify particular fields or column from the database, you will be using the first one, yung select column. Pero kung gusto natin lahat ng content niya, i-select niya lahat, will be using the select asterisk from table name. Okay? I mentioned in my previous presentation about the term result set. Here we are in PHP MyAdmin. Where can we find that result set? Okay? So, ito siya. And then here. Yan, diba? Yan. Ito, This is the result set. Yan, this is the table, yung sinasabi ng fields. So, the fields here, guys, is ito, yung column, yung ID, field name. So, ID, first name, last name, email. And then, the term result set refers to this one. Ito, yung mga nandyan. Yan. These are the result set. I hope this clarifies your understanding of the term fields here or field names kasi in Java, meron tayong tinatawag na fields pero nandun siya sa class variable yon. Okay? Okay, to continue, this is the previous program that we created from my previous video. So let's check the output. This program just display the statement the database is successfully connected. What we are going to do now, class, is to display all the data from the database. Okay, so here, start, I'm going to create here this variable string. So query is a variable, and then a MySQL statements that select all the fields from the table. So we will be using this statement. This is a MySQL statement. So we will be using the select statement based from my previous slide. You will be using this. And I explained this already. Why is it I am using asterisk and then followed by the table name. If I'm not mistaken, the name of the table from the database is student. So here is the MySQL statement. Select asterisk from students, where asterisk means all the data from this table. Next, here we will be creating, there are three types of statements in JDBC, but for this activity, we will be using the statement. Okay, so statement, and then we have here the variable statement. Statement is equals to connection. So you will be copying this guys so that you will not create an error. I'm pertaining to this variable, and then we will be invoking the method uh, create statement method. When you press that and you're going to type something there, the intelligence will pop up. So how many create a statement method we can see here? There are four. So this is an overloaded method. There are how many methods? Three methods with different parameters. So we will be selecting this one, the first one, the one with no parameter. Okay. Next statement is that we'll be using the result set. As you can see, the program throws an error or displays an error because we need to import something. What you're going to do is no need to type, you just hover it and then wait for a moment and then select import statement, right? Okay, that's the beauty of Eclipse Editor. Uh, Once you encoded a particular object, it really prompts you to import. No, you can instead of typing, it has a feature that you are going to select from the IntelliSense which package you are going to import. Okay, to continue, ito naman, result set. So the result set, that's one, that's two words, result set, and then this is the reference to the result set. Okay, is equal to, we will be using this, ito, statement. Yan, statement. Instead of typing, kinapi ko na lang para hindi tayo magkamali. Then we will be pressing the dot so that the IntelliSense will pop up, after which we will be picking execute query, right? Execute query. Execute query method. Yeah, there you go. Execute query method. It has one parameter. The parameter is a SQL string. So we are going to supply the argument here is the query, right? So nag-auto insert na siya. Then next. The next thing to do is we will be using this what do you call this reference, and then we'll be calling the method next. And then to display the data from the database, of course, we need to use system.out. So sysout, instead of typing system.out, we just encode this out and then press Control Space Bar. There you go. It automatically inserts the source code that we need, and then here we will be using this one, result set dot. We will be using the accessors. Okay, accessors or the getters. You are familiar when I say accessors because we've been dealing with those terms several times, with that term rather several times. So result set dot. Okay, get string. Why get string? Get string kasi ang unang i-display natin is, let's say, the name. So, get string. And then here, okay. So, in database, there are columns, right? So, let's try to put number 2. And later on, I am going to explain why I put 2. Let's see kung may output. Okay? Yan. Okay, yan. Okay. So, the output is Angelica Inara. So, I will be explaining bakit to string. So, getter kasi natin siya. If the data type in MySQL is varchar, definitely the counterpart in Java that is string. If the data type in PHP MySQL is integer, what do you think is the method that we are going to use the accessor? Yes, it's get integer. Okay? So, kung integer siya, get integer. Kung string, get string. So, localhost muna tayo. PHP myadmin. And then, here is the table. Pupuntahan na natin. Yan. Here's the table. Yan. Student. So, we're right. So, the first data, because if you're going to take a look, here is the table. Here is the result set. Yung result set natin kasi itong the first line. This line with an arrow, result set. Yan. Kaya that's the reason why if you're going to take a look at the source code that I used a while ago, there is a line of code, result set that next para this one will pop out. Ma-display natin. Ma-display natin si Angelica Inara. So, how about the 2, ma'am? Why did I use 2? 2 kasi the field name column 1, let's start from ID is column 1, column 2 is first name, column 3 is last name, and column 4 is email. So if I am going to change this one, going back to our source code, and I'm going to replace 2 into 3, what do you think is the output? Yan. Of course, it is the surname. Yun yung output niya. Yan. Vera la. Okay, next. But this one is not a good practice. Why? This is not a good practice in the event that you modify your database. Let's say, for example, I inserted another field. Wala, magugulo na. Magugulo yung program. Okay, to address that issue, what we are going to do, guys, is to use the field name. So, it must be exactly the same. Ito, first name, since naka-snake case tayo, dito kasi sa PHP myadmin, so ang gagamitin natin dapat tayo ay naka-snake case. So first underscore name, last underscore name, email. It must be exactly the same. Kung ano yung field name nyo dito, pag tinawag sa program nyo, ito ang ilalagay nyo. So ito, let's change this. So field name, yan. Field underscore name, okay, underscore name, and then may error tayo. Kasi naka-enclose siya kanina, right? With the number 2. So, dapat may kulang na isa. Tama? So, it's a method kasi. Kanina, number 2, it's a method. Yung close nito. Anyway, i-correct naman natin. Yan. To, sobra naman siya ng isa. This is the closing for this, and this is the closing. Tapos, eto mali. Yan. Dito natin siya lagay. Okay, there you go. Let's try this one first. If it works, then we do the next lines of code. Okay? So, yan, dapat. Okay, there is an error. It's okay. We are going to check the error. Ano sabi niya? Ayun. Okay. Field name not found. Okay. Tignan natin. Kasi, field name not found talaga. Why? Kakasabi ko lang mali tinype ko. First name. It's okay. When you commit mistakes, it's okay. What you're going to do, guys, is to read. Ang talino niya, no? Ang talino ni compiler. The compiler, kaya nga, I don't know why, bakit di kayo makadebug ng error nyo. andyan na sa harapan natin. So, kailangan lang nating basahin yung sinasabi ni compiler. So, first, underscore name. Okay lang na nagkamali. The most important thing is you know how to correct your error. Okay, nadrag ni ma'am. Nadrag ko na siya. O, kailangan ko i-drag ulit. Drag natin. Sobrang nadrag. Nagra-run na yan. Wait lang, i-drag ko lang yan. So, it's okay na. Right? Na-correct na natin. Next. Okay, to continue class, ganito. Now, so as you can see, na-display na natin yung first name. So, we just copy this and then we are going to modify the fields. Okay, so let's check first. Let's check first the database. Okay, PHP myadmin. So, the field names are last name and then email. So, since string silang lahat, no need to customize yan. So, last name and then email. Okay, let's try first if the source code will work. After which, i-display natin yung, let's display the ID. Check natin. Oh, kasi ito yun. Kahit hindi ko na customize. I know that is the error. Okay, so let's see if our source code works properly. Ayan. Increase natin ng konti so you can see, guys. And you can do your activity alone. Yan. So, Angelica Inara de Vera, aura@gmail.com. Okay, here, dito, let's display the ID. Since the ID is an integer, so as I mentioned a while ago, that if the data type is integer, the counterpart dito, di ba, is get in. So gawin natin itong get in, and then we just modify the field ID with a capital IND, and ID. Yan. Okay, let's see. Let's save, and then we run the program. Okay, there you go. Tama ba? Yes, one. Okay. Ma'am, how about the next record? Yan. The next, later on my next video, I will be creating a next video discussing the source code and how we are going to display all the data from the result set. Lahat ng data sa result set. Yan yung next video na gagawin ko. Shout out to my grade 11 Acacia students. If you were able to accomplish the activity by watching this or learn something, please consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this. By subscribing, you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video, so you won't miss a thing. Also, don't forget to hit the like button if you find this video helpful or entertaining. Your support means a lot to me, and it helps my channel reach more people. Finally, if you know more someone who would enjoy this video, please consider sharing it with them. I really do appreciate your help in spreading the word about my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see ya!